Can I save you about 5 years of completely unnecessary frustration? Seriously, if you're in college, if you've just graduated, if you're getting ready to start your first business, or you're that guy or gal who's lying awake in bed at night, wondering why it seems like everybody around you has got everything already figured out, I've got some good news for you. It's probably not as true as you think it is. They probably don't. Today, we're going to kick off a 5 part mini series on some of the biggest lies that I believe and that I've noticed a lot of people believe at any point in their life. These lies, they're not something that somebody's going to sit down and tell you. These are ideas and thoughts that you quickly accept as truth and you let it dictate a large part of your decision making. Looking back, I can see how every one of them kept me stuck for longer than I should have. So my hope with this is that by sharing them with you, it'll save you some valuable time. Very first lie is this. I thought that I had to have my whole life figured out before I could confidently move forward. I remember just right around high school graduation, I looked at my mom and I said, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I have no idea what I'm going to do. She said, Josh, that's crazy. You're going to school, you're going to go play baseball. And she was right. She was. I had signed a letter of intent to go play baseball, and I I was ready to do that. I was excited to do that. And from the outside, it looked like I was falling right into plan. But I wasn't asking what I was going to do next month. I was asking, what am I supposed to do with my life? There's so much uncertainty. What am I supposed to do? How is it that everybody around me looks so confident? There's one of my friends who was already working his career job, not even out of high school yet, and already going through the apprenticeship to work his career job. Another one of my buddies actually dropped out of high school and went to go work for this mechanical company, was preparing to buy a house, to get married as a late teenager. And me, I'm still figuring out how to use a credit card with no money in my bank account. Looking back, it wasn't that I lacked potential. My problem was that I believed I had to figure out the rest of my life before I could confidently take any step. So instead of taking a step, I just waited. And I waited until I thought I had all the answers. And the longer I waited, the more stuck I became. Looking back, that was the lie. I believed clarity came before commitment. I thought successful people just woke up one morning, discovered their purpose, and mapped out the next 30 years, and then confidently walked into it. Somewhere along that line, I realized something. Life doesn't give you a blueprint, you build your life. One decision, one opportunity, one act or step of courage at a time, one day at a time. Think about baseball for a second. Imagine walking up to your coach, or any sport really. Imagine going up to your coach and saying, Coach, I'd love to practice today, but first, I need to know if we're going to win the national championship this year or not. Your coach would laugh, right? They would laugh because it's a ridiculous question. Nobody earns tomorrow's trophy before today's practice. So why do we expect a 20-year color coded, laminated, spiral bound, beautiful notebook on where we're going to go, where we're going to live, who we're going to marry, what kind of business we're going to have? Then we'll get started. Life does not work that way. The people who build meaningful lives, they don't have more certainty. They just stop waiting and start moving. One of my favorite ideas is this. The greatest gap in life is the gap between knowing and doing. One of my favorite mentors says, learn a little, do a little. We want to spend a ton of time learning because it's safe. We don't have that courage to cross that gap and get into doing. We need that courage. You need that courage. So here's my challenge for you today. Stop asking, what is the 5-year plan? And instead ask, what is one decision, that my future self will thank me for. Maybe it's making a phone call. Maybe it's pursuing an opportunity. Maybe it's applying for an internship or applying for a job. Maybe it's getting into the gym. Maybe it's having a hard conversation. Side note, I've learned that the hard conversations are exactly the conversations you should be having. Just take a step. Your future is not built all at once, it is built one decision at a time, one day at a time. You don't discover a meaningful life, you build one. And you are responsible for building your meaningful life. And if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, but what if I choose wrong? That's good. It means it's important to you and you're taking it seriously. Just don't let that fear of the wrong decision keep you from making any decision at all. Because people weren't created through drift, they were created through building. Now, one lie down, four more to go. We'll see you tomorrow.